Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the show Daisy Jones and the Six. Fun fact, this show is based off of a book by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The show came out in 2023 and stars Riley Keough, Sam Claflin, and Camila Morrone and was developed by Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Daisy Jones and the Six follows the members of the title band, looking back at their career as a band and telling what led to their eventual breakup just when they were at the peak of their career. Daisy Jones and the Six is a musical drama. It has similar vibes to Josie and the Pussycats, The Runaways, or Elvis. The Daisy Jones and the Six book has been on my list to read forever, and my goal was to read it before the show. And look, I even have the book, and I did not accomplish that. I must say that I really enjoy this show, and I like how we really get to see the ups and downs of these characters, and watching it made me want to read the book even more to see how it compares. The two main characters of this show are Daisy and Billy, and they were equally a mess, and I think I hated both of them. I'm not saying that their characters are written bad or that the actors did a bad job, but more of that the actors and writers did a great job of making these two very talented people seem like the most insufferable and selfish people you would ever meet. In the beginning of the show, I was looking forward to them working together because I thought that they were both talented, but come to find out that they both really had giant egos, which seemed to clash, which made me feel bad for like the other members of the band who kind of were in the background watching this all slowly blow up. I thought the show did a great job of showing sometimes that the focus in these bands can be on the lead singers, and in this case, that's Billy and Daisy, and how sometimes the other members can feel less important. Daisy and Billy were also kind of like a poster child for not doing drugs. We see throughout the show how their drug use really hindered things and led to even more tension, especially between those two. Even after Billy is off the drugs, he really beats himself up about everything that has happened while he wasn't sober. And the show portrays, I would say, his depression as being very lonely, but also wanting to be a part of the party. It's crazy that with all of the drugs taken by these two, that in the end they weren't one of the ones who would end up dying. Camilla was one of my favorite characters, but the whole time I was screaming at her to leave Billy. She was really holding down the fort and raising their daughter the best that she could while he was out here just doing whatever he wanted and flirting with Daisy. I honestly think she made Billy a better person even though he didn't deserve her, and I loved her character. I was heartbroken in the end to find out that she died because the one thing I was not expecting was for her, out of everyone, the sweetest person on the show, to die. But I guess sometimes that is truly one thing that you cannot control. I love the interview style of them in the late 90s, reminiscing on the band's breakup in the late 70s. It's interesting to hear everyone's stories and then see how their lives changed after the band broke up. My favorite revelation was finding out that Billy and Camilla's daughter is the one who is doing these interviews and seeing her show Camilla's last interview and how even after all they went through, Camilla was still such a sweet person on her deathbed and encouraged Daisy and Billy to squash their beef. The music of this show really nailed the 70s vibe, which made me happy because I was really hoping that they would succeed at that. I love to see the looks in the 70s too and how they all had their own unique style. My one complaint about the style was that the style that the band members had in the 90s made it hard to believe it was the same person for some of the members, and I also couldn't actually pinpoint which decade they were in because some of the looks just really weren't screaming 90s to me. But the vibes that were given when they were in the 70s were immaculate, and I love that you can actually buy or stream the music from this show, and it's actually pretty good. My favorite part about this show was Karen and Graham's relationship. I felt like I was rooting for them to get together for so long and was so happy when they finally did. I feel like they were really good together until they weren't, and both of them became two of my favorite characters. I was so sad that they broke up, but I feel like Karen broke his heart for a good reason. When you watch it, you may think it's kind of harsh, but then you realize even though Graham says he wants to be with Karen and do what she wants, that's not actually healthy. And I think Karen sees that and realizes that he would be good with a family, and that's not something that she wants at the moment. So I like that, she realizes this in the moment, and it's like she broke his heart because she wants him to be happy in the long run while also chasing her own happiness. Daisy Jones and the Six took me a minute to watch, but once I watched the show, I was kind of hooked. The cast is great, and you'll be wanting to buy the album by the end of the show. If you haven't watched Daisy Jones and the Six, I suggest that you check it out. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. If you have not subscribed, please do so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone, stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.